Hi, I'm Tony Van Veen, CEO of Discmakers. Here's a surefire way to sell less merch at your next concert than you could have. My man, Mike W., who runs our social media for Discmakers, was lamenting to me the other day that he went to a local Philly rock festival this summer. It's one he's been to before, and one of the things he looks forward to when he goes every year is buying merch. They have a huge merch booth at this festival with festival t-shirts and also the merch from all the bands. And Mike was planning to drop at least $100 on merch, he told me. But he got there a tad late. He missed an opening act or two. But when he got there, he was focused on merch. He went straight to the merch booth, which by the time he got there, only had like 3 kinds of shirt designs left in like really odd sizes. Really small, really huge. So Mike was really bummed because he didn't get to pick up any of the merch that he was looking forward to getting. You know who else was really bummed? Probably no one. In fact, the bands were probably happy that they sold out their merch. But they should have been bummed, because if they had not under-ordered their merch, they would have sold more. Certainly Mike would have dropped $100, and they would have made more of a profit at that festival. I had a similar experience at a concert I went to recently. Indie band from the UK, US tour, small club. I drove up to Brooklyn from Philly to see them. I was excited to pick up some of their merch. And again, they ran out of records. They only had small and XXL t-shirts left. Bummer for me and for them. So here's a tip. If you're an artist who performs regularly, you never want to run out of merch. Even if you don't perform regularly, if you perform occasionally. If you run out at a concert, fans who want to give you their money can't. You might as well put up a sign that says, "Your money is no good here." Please, do yourself a favor. Make sure you order enough merch. If you ordered a bit too much, doesn't really matter. You'll sell it at your next concert. Now, how do you know how much merch you'll need? The key is to start figuring that out early in your career as a band or as an artist, when you're still indie and coming up. Every concert is an opportunity to move a few CDs, a few records, and a few t-shirts. So start by placing a small order, 100 records or 100 CDs, order a few dozen t-shirts in various sizes, then see what people buy. Do a bit of math. How many people were in the audience? How many units of each did you sell? Then for your next concert, you'll know better what you need. As you get bigger and more popular, your audience will grow. That means you'll sell more, which of course means you'll need to order more. And if your fans are really rabid about you, really passionate, you may need to order even more. If, say, early on in your artist career, maybe 10% of your fans buy a piece of merch from you, as your popularity grows, as your fans get really into you, you may sell 15% of your audience a piece of merch. Plus, if you have a selection of different merch items, different designs of t-shirts or records, you can sell some fans more than one item, like a CD and a t-shirt. The math really adds up. Let's say, as you're starting out, there were maybe 50 fans of yours at a concert, and you sold 10% a t-shirt. That's 5 shirts at $20 each, $100 in merch sales. Now, as your popularity grows, as you're playing for maybe 200 fans, and 15% of them buy that $20 t-shirt, you've all of a sudden sold 30 shirts for $600. 4 times the fans, 6 times the income. And that isn't even counting those fans who also buy a CD or a record. Of course, the math isn't really that simple and straightforward all the time. If you're playing with other artists, how many in the audience are there for you versus for them? You'll have to figure that out as you grow as an artist. But if you give an amazing performance, if you're an act on the lower on the bill, you'll sell merch not just to your fans, but also to the other artists' fans. It's a win-win-win. The point here is, let's not squabble about the actual numbers. What's absolutely unassailable is that if you run out of merch at your merch table, you're leaving money on the table. As an emerging independent artist, You can't afford to let that happen. I hope you found this helpful. See you next time.